All right. Oh well. I think I'm live. I don't know. I'm trying restream again because I haven't worked anything else out. I didn't get in the call with Yeti like I was supposed to last week. So we're trying to see if we can stream to both YouTube and Twitch. So if this is a little wonky today, sorry. But back in Oceanblock 2, trying to get all my stuff situated. I was last minute trying to do this because I really want to start streaming to both services because, quite frankly, the turnouts on YouTube are minimal, but the amount of time I stream, I should be able to, do pretty good on Twitch. So I think it's pretty important for, the growth of the brand, I guess, is what you would say as a whole, for me to be in both places. So give me a minute while I check around and get stuff pulled up and see what's going on here, and we'll go from there. Let's see. I'll go over here. Do I show an actual live? I do. Let me see the control room. Sweet. Okay, and then if we change this to live chat. All right, and I want to pull you out, and let's go with a different layout for the monitor today. We want to see OBS. What I really want to do is I want to get, let's go squares. Let's put OBS there. We're gonna put Discord there. We can put this right there. And we can put well, I swear to you, I just had it popped out. All right, so we got that there. What's up? Well, supposedly Restream does that, but I don't trust it. So that's why right now I'm splitting all this out. What's up, Squirrel? Always the first one in the chat. How's the stream quality looking over on YouTube? I don't know. I never know what it does if I'm tabbed out with my full screen stuff. What is that badge you got on YouTube? Top fans. Interesting. I don't even know how that got turned on, but apparently you're a top fan. I mean, I wouldn't argue with it. You're the first one in chat pretty much every week now. Let's see. Cool. Well, at least
Chovy comes in flash taunts. God. The Ezreal has no mobility, no summoners.
Woo, thanks, Twitch. That was super loud in my ears, too. Oh, God. Now, where do I even go? Creator dashboard? Stream manager? Okay. Change my stream info. Edit stream info. Says Project Architect 2. Well, doesn't show that on my end. Oh, I see that now. It didn't change the go live notification. Okay. Coffee crafting. Yeah, Restream didn't update that for some reason on the go live. It shows the title right, but Tell me if that gets it updated over there on Twitch. I need a bigger monitor or something better than 1440 if I'm going to have to keep all these chats in multiple places. Or, you know, just bite the bullet and pay to swap to the other. Right now, the accumulated chats in the restream view are showing both. All right, enough piddling around. Let's take a look at the clipboard and see where we got to. So, looks like we were starting... Oh, we did get to a better storage last time, so my stream title's not exactly accurate, except we didn't get to wireless, so we haven't moved everything yet. All right, on the agenda, Echo Shards. Oh, the Collider. Yeah, we're going to have to build something for that, or I guess I could just, like, expand off to the south out there, and just, you know, I could take over the entire area between both of these castles, and that might give us enough room. But the Collider is massive, takes up massive amounts of space, so that could be a problem. Let's go ahead and grab our quartz clusters, turn our magnet on, and then back off so we don't suck up the basalt. Which we need to do something about that. This really isn't fast enough for another resource gen. We don't keep a constant flow. So we're going to have to think of something. There's probably a lot we really need to automate today, honestly. Okie doke. Make you a mod on Twitch. Why you gotta be difficult, man? Block Squirrel Jr. There we go. That's the move. How the heck do I do that on Twitch? Do that. Follow, whisper, invite. The threes just give me block and report. You know, it would be easier to do that if I knew how to do that. Manage suspicious user. No, he's not suspicious. No, we were teasing him. Nope, right-clicking your name just gets me like a normal inspect, reload. Whispers, let's see. Pop out chat. That could be cool. Are you following the channel? Does it not let me make you one if you're not following? Manager. I guess it's time to Google foo that. Got to do it by command. Looks like you should have a different icon on the Twitchers if you do it now. Sweet. So, yeah. Think we're good to work on stuff. All right, Echo Shards, the Collider, that's going to take a lot of room. We want to move everything over to AE2. We need to get into wireless AE2. Skulk Goo, making salt water. Oh, that one was one that I kind of figured out after the end of the last stream. So after the end of the last stream, at the very end, we were trying to make salt water for something in the quest line. So we needed it, but we couldn't get it. And well, you make it very simply by putting water. Did we do this on the stream last time too? So we've got an ender tank right there that's getting pumped water from our pump. You take water and you put it in a unheated tempered glass jar and you add salt. It takes 2 salt per water. You get salt by taking water and you put it in a heated tempered glass jar with nothing else, and it will make salt. And then now we can put this salt in there, and it is going to pump out salt water into this drawer for us right here. Super simple. I don't know why it tells you you'll find fluid in those rooms, because I didn't. Now, the one thing I haven't tried is if I can make an infinite saltwater source, I guess would be something to give a test. Let's grab out some cobble. When you type and your fingers are one letter off and you're just not looking at the keyboard, or you just can't spell, you know. All right, so let's do just right in the middle of the floor test here. So if we were to just boop, 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 does saltwater and saltwater, looks like it does not make an infinite source. Nope. Okay, so we can't make an infinite source of it. We're going to have to generate it. No biggie. We know how to make it. And, you know, we'll have a fluid drawer full of it here in a minute. And we've already got a fluid canister full of it on our person. So, check mark. We went over making salt water. Let's look at this quest line and the Skulk Goo, which was in under pressure. But, oh, we needed to finish steaming ahead. Because it's kind of pointless to move on to the next chapter. It's going to bite us that we haven't finished up this stuff here. So the pulverizer and the centrifuge, let's take a look at those two and see what they're going to take us to make. So pulverizer, we're going to need a motor from Oratech. I think we've already made those ingots before. An elite control circuit. Oh, we're going to have to get deep into mechanism. You know, someone started the mechanism stuff. Copper, iron, nickel, copper. Let's do copper. That's the cheap one. All right, copper, alloy ingots, Invar ingots. All right, we're going to need to make some stuff in the alloy smelter. Get the feeling we're going to need multiples. All right, mechanism. Then, since we're going to get into elite control circuits, let's go look at the mechanism quest line. All right, it wants me to make a metallurgic infuser. Surprise, I have one right here. Now, aren't we doing flux networks now? Yes, we are. All right, and we've got a bunch of stuff around the power right there. We are kind of running out of room here. So I had talked before about potentially just kind of remodeling right here for more space. And we've got this dead space down here to work with too. So let's work on this dead space. All right, flux. We need a flux point. Okay. So some power. Let's just toss it all the way in the back. Put it on our network. I take no blame, only credit for mechanism stuff that may or may not be found. Sure. You take it or not, I'm giving it. You're gonna like it. Let's just put out some power here. So, metallurgic infuser. Oh, look at that. It's even got infused alloy right there in it. We need to make an advanced control circuit because apparently we've already made a basic if we made that thing, right? So, advanced. Basic. Yep, we got some of them in storage. Tricking a rock into thinking. Yay! And then advanced ones are pretty simple uses on these. They should just be adding the little things to them. Where's the recipe? There we go. All right, we're gonna need to do that here and then clear the grid. Boop, boop, boop. That's how we get our advanced control circuit. And that's redstone infusion complete. Carbon infusion, it wants me to make some enriched iron. So can we make another secondary metallurgic infuser? How expensive was this thing? Not too bad. Okay, so we throw down a second one, and then we grab out some coal. We should have grabbed that enrichment chamber, but we didn't. We'll just dump some coal in there, though. Iron. All right, that'll get us some enriched iron going. We'll grab out... Oh, we don't have an enrichment chamber somehow. Or we do, but it's somewhere else. Crusher. All right, let's head back down and let's make a enrichment chamber. Because that'll stretch all of our resources further. Maybe we had one. Looks like we made some steel casings too. And by we, I mean squirrel. Go to for steel. I mean, I tend to try and do it however the pack really wants me to. All right, there's our enriched iron. Oh boy, there's the quest completions. All right, the enrichment chamber wants me to make some enriched carbon and some enriched redstone. So let's grab out some redstone too. There's enriched carbon. Machine casings, we had to make steel. Oh boy. Do we just explode? We have wireless storage, so let's just explode with mechanism quest completions. Oh, boo. I hate it when I have to go through and click every single one. How annoying. They're like, hey, look at us giving you stuff for free. I mean, just give it to me, for God's sakes. Boy, we've gotten some, like, ultimate machine upgrades for free, which is nice. We'll still have to make all the tiers in between, but... Oh my gosh, free runners. So, those are not really useful. I guess maybe for running on water they would be. All right. Now we've got our enriched redstone. All right, it wants us to get all the way to the elite tier, so we're going to need to enrich some diamonds. Look at that. We just are missing the elite tier upgrade. All right, let's make one more metallurgic infuser. Technically, we probably ought to make 2 more just because then we could have 2 for coal, 1 for redstone, and 1 for diamond stuff, and then we won't need another one until we get into our oh god, the purple stuff, whatever that is, refined osmium or whatever. So it'd be refined obsidian, I guess, is what we'd be enriching. All right, 1, 2, 3. Cool. That gets us pretty much all of them. Well, let's take up that weird thing. Am I totally out of universal pipes? I sure am. Sure am. Let's put our saltwater up till we need it. We need some more universal cable. There we go. So that can be our 2 carbon, our redstone, this one. Where we got the diamond at? We haven't done it yet because we're enriching it. Okay, so we'll put our diamond in there. And then now, wants us to make reinforced alloy. So we take some of the red ones and we put them in here with the diamond. And that's going to get us the next tier. So if you guys are playing in your world and you didn't know this, if you have the alloy in hand and you right click the pipes, you can upgrade your pipes in place with the different tiers of alloy without ever having to break them. So if they've got fluids you don't want to lose in them or whatever else, just get all your tiers of alloy all the way up through the ultimate tier and you can upgrade all of your pipes in place. Each one will upgrade 8 segments of pipe, no matter what it does, fluid, chemical, power, whatever. Upgrade them right there as they sit. You're already whitelisted. I mean, so get out of here with your formal request crap. Let's see. We'll do that. And then, yeah, so we've got, ooh, redstone's out of order. Let's go ahead and get this one in our hand. And then this one should be the coal. There we go. So we got 2 coal, redstone, diamond. That'll be for obsidian, right? Once we get there, let's keep going. So now elite control circuits are just the advanced control circuits with this instead. So if we do that and then here and here, that'll get us one of those. And that is what we needed for our steaming ahead centrifuge, right? Was that what we were working on? We needed elite control circuit for the centrifuge. All right, so what are we missing? We're missing magnetic coils, electrum wire. All right. And Invar. How are we making Invar? Alloy smelting, iron and nickel. Okay, or Invar dust. Yeah, okay, so we need our alloy smelter. Maybe I want to make a second one, because this one's just being used to smelt up all the ores, but we're only using it because it's faster. So let's just see if we can make another one real quick. Oh, I guess I didn't do my go live notifications. let's copy and announcements at live on both YouTube and Twitch today. So there's the YouTube. Where do I get my stream link for Twitch? Is it just twitch.tv/Big Wooly? Is that right? Let me mute this tab. How do I unpin that? That works, so we can just do all right. Sweet. That's notifications. They were only half an hour late. I mean, geez. Who runs on time anyways? Looks like we need 3 furnaces. 1, 2, 3. Tito, howdy. Welcome. Long time no see. I mean, of course, I chat with Tito, so I know Tito's alive. Some people have questioned whether Tito existed anymore. They thought it was like an alternate persona, and I used to stream with myself and talk to myself and fake a girl voice all the time. I mean, there were people that thought that. They've told me. Ooh, so we need iron gears, which means I gotta go cast some iron? For real? Okay. Okay. It's nighttime. Phantoms are gonna eat me. What's up, Rude Puts? How you doing? Welcome in. I only sent the notification like, half an hour late. Rude Put says, good afternoon. He's over there drinking beer, and I'm over here drinking coffee, getting ready to put cream cheese on my bagel. So, kind of cool though. Got people halfway around the world that watch my live streams. That's nifty. Makes me almost feel like people might like me or like what I do. Almost. Let's not get carried away. Ooh, blocks of steel. Thank you. That was a good quest reward. Ooh, an advanced energy cube. How much does that hold? 6.4 MFE. Let's go. Or wait. Let's stay, because I don't want y'all to go. That's all tied in there. Where is our... See, how would I do an energy cube as a battery on the Flux network? So I would have to hook it up to the plug on one side and the point on the other, right? So if I took this battery and we put it right here... Nope. That is not the way. If we put it right there, and then we go to configs and we clear all sides, and we tell it that the bottom, so the plug is where you provide energy, right? So the bottom will be an output. And then we tell it the top could be an input. If I put a point on the top of it, then it will take No, that's backwards, right? I've got it backwards. Well, the plug is where... Yes, so if we tell it the bottom is an input and the top is an output... Wait, no. Yes, the bottom needs to be an input where it takes power in. And then the top needs to be an output. So the bottom is an output and the top's an input. Wherever I put the point when we make another flux point, but we're about out of dust. Let's see. Do I have enough to make one more flux core? We do, and then one more point. See, but this is just going to create a loop. But that's the point, right? So if we do... Where did that go? Oh. So if we make this top side an input, that's just essentially going to create a loop, but that's kind of what we want, right? So if we put this on Big Wooly... All right. So this will provide the power that we can get from all of our power gen, which is hooked up right here. And then that goes in to the plug from all three of these. Yes. Yes, this is what we want. So this essentially adds this thing as a battery backup, I think. Either that or I just created a loop that's going to, like, drain all my power. Don't forget to like. That's fishy. Oh, God, people are chatting. Okie doke. Can we finally make our centrifuge, or did we just get distracted with our quest rewards? I think we just got distracted with our quest rewards. Crusher we need. Precision sawmill was for making cardboard boxes, I think. Cobble can go away. Ooh, some speed upgrades. We'll hold those. We must have got those as quest rewards. Enriched diamond. We're going to hang on to these infused alloys and these circuits. Put this stuff back down. Those free runners I'm not going to use right now. My smart wrench from RF Tools. Oh, that was because I was upgrading our battery in between last week and this week. If we come up here, I upgraded all the segments that we had for our power cell from RF Tools. And now it'll hold 180 MFE in our main battery on our integrated dynamics network. All right, we need our gear cast. How do I not have a gear thing? Gear cast. So I need to melt some cast iron over any gear, which means a wooden gear, right? So wooden gear. Wooden gear. So if I do that, and then we grab some cast iron. How many does it take for the mold? 360 millibuckets. Where do we get that from? 90. So 9 times 4 is 36. So we need 4 ingots to make the mold. Let's just make that into a block. And then we can put our 4 ingots of cast iron in. Let's take out our wooden gear. I don't understand how we haven't made a gear mold yet, but okay. All right, there we go. Now we've got a gear mold. toss that block of iron back in. Are we out of, do we need more lava? No, it just didn't want to smelt down a whole block. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. All right. Sweet. All that work for an iron gear. But that's what we needed for our something. These things. Oh, we were making another alloy smelter. How did we make the first one if we didn't have the iron gear mold? We must have had a different iron gear that, like... Yeah, looks like we must have had a different iron gear at some point that we could have made without this, but either way, now we can make our alloy smelter to get our invar. And we can quit borrowing the one that's being used for our other stuff. Cauldron and alloy smelter. Presto. All right, what do we have for capacitors? Double layer capacitors, fine with me. Should start filling up with power, and then we just need iron and nickel for Invar, right? So iron, nickel. You need an iPad with picture-in-picture for both streams now. Look at you, being the pro monitoring stuff. Let's see. That's what you. Yep. That's what Squirrel Jr. said. Chicken. Flux. I'm saying all these words, and you know, I mean, if I was drinking and didn't know what I was looking at, that'd probably be funny too. I could grab some whiskey and catch up with you. I'll just Irish up my coffee for first thing in the morning. You know, I guess it would be American because I'd be putting bourbon in it. So. We don't keep no Jameson in this house. Just some Gentleman's Jack or some Knob Creek, you know, top shelf bourbon. You know. One of my favorites is the single barrel Knob Creek, but that stuff's pricey. Wow, Squirrel dropping dad jokes over in the YouTube chat. All right, there's our 2 magnetic coils, but we're actually going to need 4, I think, because we need 2 of these motors. Yep, I didn't make enough Electrum stuff. Okay. There's our second motor. We just need 1 more elite control circuit, which means we need 1 more advanced control circuit. And then have we already made those casings? I'm guessing we have. Centrifuge. Pulverizer next. 2 more of these motors, so that means we need 8 of the Electrum wire. We're going to run out of Electrum, aren't we? We're going to run out of Electrum. Son of a... we just need to make it into plates. How are we making this into plates? Please tell me it's Engineer's Hammer. Gosh dang it. All right. Only the best of the best bourbon. I mean, you know, I've always been a fan of, if I'm going to drink, you know, do it right. None of this drink a bunch of crappy beer to eventually get drunk, but be, you know, so bloated and whatever that you got a headache. Yeah, I don't like that. There's a job to be done. Let's get it done. All right. So I think we do have a plate cast in our backpack. We do. It's probably where that electrum we had came from. So then if we take some electrum, we toss it in there. High five. Instant headache. We must have had some iron left in there. You know, I bet you could automate this. Pipe your lava in, and I bet you could pipe items in and out. You would just, I guess you could have a bunch of different taps over casting tables with clickers. And then, like, if you need, well, but how would you, you'd have to find a way to regulate which clicker activated. I mean, that could be an interesting proposition, I guess, though. Could you sort that? Maybe. I don't know. Problem for, you know, Wooly's brain another day. When you need a bunch of something, but you don't put it all in storage. That was me just now. There's our 2 motors we need for our pulverizer. Presto. All right. With the pulverizer, I can make carbon fiber strands, which to use for more complicated components. The centrifuge can't really handle fluids yet. Using the strands, I should be able to make a modification that's exactly what I need. Pulverized coal or charcoal into carbon fiber strands. Excuse me. Then use those to craft a manage fluid add-on to attach to the centrifuge. Now I'm truly Tito. I've got the hiccups in the middle of the stream. Isn't there an upgraded version of the tap? I don't know. I do not know. But let's see. Carbon fiber strands. So we need the pulverizer. Where are the rest of our... I don't think we have a spot really for our Oratech machines. They're kind of just all over. I guess it can just be down here with everything else that we're doing right now. So, the pulverizer is bigger though, right? Nope, it's a single block? Okay. Pulverizer. Sweet. It's got a bunch of power. It wants me to pulverize coal. That we can do. We're probably going to need to make some more dire fuel. I bet you our simple fuel generators are out of fuel with as much as we've been doing. Empty. There's some void flame fuel there still. And it hasn't drained our battery, so I guess what we're getting from the steam engine's keeping up for now. All right. Wait. It's supposed to be making something different, right? What does it say? Pulverized coal or charcoal into carbon fiber strands. Oh, you have to centrifuge it after you pulverize it. Well, that was not what you said, quest book. So, centrifuge. Now I need a core block. Machine core block. Man, the deployment of these machines really is cool. All right, so let's take some coal dust and spin it down in the centrifuge. Carbon fiber strands. Now we need 5 of those to make our machine fluid add-on. There we go. Machine fluid. We got some of them fluid pipes in our backpack. There we go. Now, there's not a single water bottle in this vast ocean. Kudos for keeping it clean, but I need some form of plastic soon. Great. Using the centrifuge, I should be able to extract biopolymers from something organic. With enough biopolymers, I should be able to make a natural type of plastic. Use the centrifuge with the machine fluid add-on to process packed wheat into biopolymers and then run it through again to create plastic sheets. So we're going to need water in this thing too. Do I have any water on me? Unrefined, Eclipse Ember, air, salt water. I guess we could just go get some water. All right, we got to give this thing the machine fluid add-on. There. We drowned a bunny. Oops. So I have to pipe the water in somehow. So we need like a tank or something. Or a fluid drawer. That's fine. What do we have? Small fluid tank. That should work. It's empty. Now it's got water. Then we should be able to. Well, which side do you take fluid from then, huh? Huh? You're gonna be like that. Take it on this side? No. That's an add-on side. Thought it would be here. Unless these fluid pipes don't connect. What about... Do we have some mechanism fluid pipes? Do we have... What do we have for pipes? Thought we'd been using these Oratech ones. Oh, you connect directly to the machine. Okay. Works for me. There we go. All right. So for temporary, we can just put water in there. And then if we take the carbon fiber strands out that we just spun down, now we're ready to spin down something organic into biopolymers or something. Biopolymer, packed wheat. Okay. Packed wheat. How do I make that? Simple enough. All right. Sweet. Let's go get some more water from just outside. Yes, we started making source too, and I automated this. You stick lapis in there. We made an agronomic source link. I think I did that after the stream last time. Sorry for progressing without you guys. I got a little carried away and did some playing in the world when I shouldn't have. Here I am doing this manually because I put this too far away from our integrated dynamics to get water in here automatically. All right, raw biopolymer. And then we should, in theory, be able to just take that out and do it again to get plastic, it says. Ooh, fancy. Ender IO can auto push. Oh, okay. I didn't need the pipe. Oh, well. Woo, plastic! Now we can fill all of the people in Minecraft world full of plastic, just like real people. Magic mirror, nice. Chaos box, which we've learned can spawn mobs. Gave us an efficiency add-on for free. Some more plastic, some more food. Free food's good. Cooked slice of Elder Guardian, interesting. All right, so there's our plastics. We will put the rest of that packed wheat in there and let it spin it down. Now we'll put some more water in here as we need it. It's magic mirror. What do you do? +1 experience point for each use of the wormhole ability. Wormhole. Upon use, teleports the owner to their spawn if it's within 819 blocks. Seems rather narrow in its scope of usability, but okay. It was free, I guess. Let's put up some of that stuff. You know, we could fly over to the other one of these, and then we could just fight whoever it is on the roof. A drink for making plastics and filling people with them? Yes, we should drink them out of plastic bottles, too. You know, Rude Puts, you could just make a drinking game. Every time I say something on stream that you don't understand, you could drink. And then, you know, you'd be real drunk real quick. I forgot we left the trial spawner on this other one. What do we even get from this trial spawner? Oh boy, that one is leaves be blinded. Boy, the slowness is what really sucks. Like, not being able to move. I don't mind the darkness thing as much, but like the just being like, I can't move. Get here, quick. Sweet. Trial spawner. What all do we get? Ender pearls, some other stuff. All right, let's fight this guy real quick. Oh. Well, he's dead. Did he give me acceleration cards? Looks like he gave me acceleration cards. And something else. He dropped 2 things. What was the other thing? Oh, he dropped some more abyssal fragments. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, it's better than a sharp stick in the eye, I guess. I mean, should we break this trial spawner or keep it for, like, abyssal fragments? I think we keep it. All right. So, what do we have left to wrap up this chapter? We need to make some snow and some soul flowers. Soul flowers. Soul flower. Wither roses. Where were we getting wither roses from? Ooh, spirit fire poppies. Okay. Do we have any poppies? We don't, but we should be able to bone meal grass for those, right? So let's get out some bone meal. And then if we go out front, we have a grass patch that way. So then if I bone meal you, all right, did I get any poppies? Put that away, that away. That can go, those can go away. I did get 1 singular poppy. We're going to need to make some, if we don't have the demon dream fruit yet, demon, we haven't grown any of this yet, so we're going to have to grow some of that. Acceleration cards, those can go. Speed upgrades, those can go away. That stuff can go away. Here's the poppies we're actually after. That stuff can go up there. You can go in the backpack. We'll hang on to you because the quest line just had us make you. Abyssal fragments can go away. Okay. We need more than... Can I bone meal the poppy to get more poppies? Oh, thank goodness. Sweet. Now, let's see. If we were to plant our demon dream fruit seed thing, and then can I turn my magnet off and... Yes. Yes, I can. And I guess we can technically just leave that there and let it grow. And we should have our dream fruit wherever it went. There it is. Nice. Carrots can go away. Magnet off. All right. And then all we got left is to grab out our flint and steel. Throw one of these on the ground. Set it on fire. And then out comes Wither Roses. Sweet. 24 Wither Roses. Just like that. All right. Back to the roof. Okay, soul flowers. Sweet. What does that do? We can create the soulbound enchantment. Oh, with 4 of those. Okay. Sweet. It wanted us to be able to make soulbound. No problem. Did that just give me like a tier 2 stack upgrade? Yeah, don't mind if I do. Let's put it in our questing backpack. Looks like it gave us a soulbound too. That's nice. We can put up those soul flowers for now. Those wither roses can go away. Poppies can go away. Okay. Snow. Although it can be made from literal fire, polymorphic fluid can change its composition depending on what it consumes. What can you use it to create? Drop ice into polymorphic fluid to create snow. Okay. Do we have ice? We do, and we have ice essence to make more. So then polymorphic fluid is just catalyst and water. Polymorphic catalyst. And then let's grab some water. Okay, and we will just grab out 4 cobble. And we'll make a little spot right here. So, boop. See how this goes. So, water. Catalyst. Ice. Sweet. Oh, crap. I forgot you got to bring it with a shovel. Now I need my darn silk touch pick. Okay. Where's my shovel? Do I not have a shovel? I do have a shovel. There we go. And then snowballs, snow block. Oh, we didn't get the gugong. Where is our quest completion? That says optional. Oh, magical trees in the lava dimension. So we need either a manipulation essence, which we can do with ours, or we have to go find a red tree to complete this, and we have to find a bastion. Okay. Oh, do we want to go in the nether, or do we want to make progress? What do y'all think? I need to eat and drink some coffee. Tito's here, yay! Oh, dude, yeah, I was so happy when that bone meal worked. As long as a wither gets loose in the end, I'm up for anything. Hey, I did that on video. I don't tend to hide my screw-ups. It's more funny when you watch somebody who supposedly knows what they're doing mess things up. Although I've never claimed to know what I'm doing, people just think I know what I'm doing. I'd be a great used car salesman, right? I could sell anything to anybody. I just don't like having my income dependent on other people's ability to buy. There we go. You know, I've talked so much this morning. My coffee's cold. Guess I ought to refresh it and yeah. Let's see what we got here. What is going on? I can kill that tab. Looks like, hopefully it looks like everything's going pretty good on both of the streams. I'm just trying, you know, first time I've tried restream in a while, even though I don't like it. All right. So what did I say? We have, we have to go get a magical tree or make one. We can use, oh, do we have crimson fungus? Is there a fungus among us? We do. This is the easy way. Heck yeah, we can get that sapling without going to the nether. We still got to go to find a bastion, but if we take this thing over here to our atomic reconstructor doohickey, and we toss it in and turn it on, nice. So now we've got the blazing archwood sapling it wanted us to get. Gives me some bastion fruit. So the last thing is we need to find a bastion, and we need to make a barterer. So we could probably make the barterer now. We definitely can. So there's that. All that's left is to find a bastion, which now that we can fly, in theory, should be pretty easy, right? I mean, we technically can't really fly so much as we can fly, I guess. And it's recharged with power, which we get for many dimensions, so I guess technically we can fly, yes. Let's put stuff away. Flint and steel. You guys can go in storage. Shadow pulse, you go away, you go away. You can stay, you can go away. Clipboard we should look at, because I feel like I have squirreled away some of this stream. Let's see, what were we doing? Yes, see, oh no, we didn't. Look at that, centrifuge and pulverizer. We got through both of those. Nice. Which is needed for something. Echo shards, I think. Any actual rewards or just XP? XP and XP. We should probably go store this XP before we go to the nether, just because, you know, I die a lot. Oh, I forgot we had that elytra on now. We made our elytra upgrade for our just our things chestplate. All right, so let's store these levels away. Nice. Well, darn, I didn't want to go that far. There we go. All right. So this is the one where the nether is a void, right? Yes, okay. All right, we're looking for a bastion. There's a bastion right there. How far is that off to the south? Okay, so if we airburst and then fly. That is a lot of pigmen. Do I have to actually go inside to get the credit? I bet I do. Where's the bridge? There's the bridge. Oh, no, 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 no. No, thank you. I'm not interested in what you're selling. So yeah, we made, towards the end of the last stream, we made our elytra upgrade for our Celestium chestplate. Right there. So now we can fly while also wearing our chestplate. Let's go. All right. Or, sorry, let's stay. How about that? Yeah, so we can just head back to our portal here. We just needed that for the quest credit. The best part about that is because the chest plate gets repaired with energy, you don't ever have to worry about your elytra breaking on you, because it's just constantly being repaired with the power with our, you know, flux networks. So pretty cool. All right, so there's the biopolymer. We'll swap that over, and then when we run this out of water, we can process coal dust down into more carbon fiber. But that should get us a pretty big quest completion. So that gets us where this quest line is now green, meaning we're done with it. Skulk goo. All right, we need one of our void shimmer goo, which is fine. What are we missing? Skulk of goo. Let's see. Skulk. We've got goo. Shadow Pulse is where we're going, right? Because we already have Void Shimmer, so... It says we literally have everything except the Void Shimmer goo. So you mean to tell me we could have made this last time and we just didn't? I am having a hard time believing that. But let's do it. Goo. Yep. We literally had everything except for... Oh, because we'd never made echo shards. We found some in a crate. That's why we didn't do it last time. Okay, so we were going to make echo shards, which looks like we can do, but we were chasing some stuff. So we kind of skipped ahead right there and made our skulk, or whatever this tier is called, Shadow Pulse goo. So we can replace this one with that, and then now we should be able to just take these two, put it here, and we can feed this skulk, and it should convert those other two. Which, by the way, I love the idea of not having to craft every single one of these goos. So this is something that the FTB team added. It is not a native thing to just Dire things, or at least it wasn't when they added it. I know that on Dire's playthrough, he was talking about how he actually really liked the idea. So I don't know whether that's been implemented in just Dire things natively or not, but I love that. Being able to, like, you've done the work to get your goo upgraded. You don't have to keep wasting the resources to upgrade the other ones. You can just upgrade it from an activated goo. So I love that a lot. Now it wants me to make an Eclipse Alloy ingot, which Eclipse Alloy, raw Eclipse Alloy comes from a diamond block, right? So raw Eclipse Alloy is, oh, a block of netherite. Okay. Not like that's easy to come by or anything. Oh, we've got 39. Oh, yeah, we're getting it from scrap. Okay. So there we go. So it wants us to get some of that made. And then spinning skulk. Okay, there is a mysterious power within the skulk I've found. Let's see what should be made of. Spin skulk in the centrifuge to obtain enderic things. So we need the centrifuge empty to do that too. And then echo shards we had in our inventory last time, but we were talking about making them. It just wants us to acquire them. So it's either the Warden or we can craft them with Ars Nouveau. So we had started on ours before, but never really gone too much in depth with it. So let's take a look at what that takes, just so we can kind of cover the process, and it's out there. Because believe it or not, these streams don't get a lot of real-time views, but people come back and watch them for some reason. I don't know why they would find watching 4 hours of me talking to y'all entertaining, but I mean, I honestly don't know why y'all watch me at all. I don't think I'm that funny. You like craft beer, category of stouts, like a breakfast stout or oatmeal stout. Oh yeah, give me an imperial stout. Now that's what I'm talking about. But you know, I like I said, I want stuff to not only taste good but do the job. All right, how do we process this? In the inscriber or in the enrichment chamber? Okay. So now that we've got our enrichment chamber, we can process that scrap. Actually, if our enrichment chamber's doing nothing, let's put a bunch of scrap in it. Take a whole stack. Didn't we have some speed upgrades that we got for free? We do. Look at that. 8. Nice. Which one of you is the diamond? Cool. Put that in. Let's get out all of our enriched stuff and just load these up. Because why not? Enriched. So redstone. And diamond. We need to enrich up some more coal too in a minute. All right, you are done with that and you are empty. So now if we spin Skulk, that's the next step in the quest line. I don't want to spend all my Skulk. All right. Our Eclipse alloy should be done smelting in the jumbo furnace. Bum, bum, bum. Rare loot crate. Ruby amulet. I think that gives us health, and it's an upgrade from what we have. Netherite quality increases our max health. Cool. And what do we have in there now? That one increases our experience gain. Can I put you in a different slot? No. Come on. Garnet ring. So I have to choose between max health and experience gain. I guess let's keep it in our bag, and then if we're in a pickle, we can swap them. I kind of like the experience gain, though. All right, platinum. I'll be able to use this with the Shadow Pulse Scoop. Where are we getting platinum from, though? Adamantite dust with Eclipse Ember Fuel. Oh, I had accidentally made 4 of the Eclipse Ember before, so now we can actually refine it now that we have the next tier, which is just throwing in the right thing into the fluid. We'll make some more here in a second. Oh, it's going to want it in a bucket. Let me get some in a bucket for the quest. There we go. Eclipse Ember Fuel, I can put it back down now. Pick it up. Sweet. So now we've got 4 buckets of Eclipse Ember Fuel, and then it needs that with adamantite dust, which we can get from crushing or pulverizing adamant, not adamantite. I'm adding letters and syllables. Forgive me, making stuff up. Give me something free. Simple block breaker. Boo! Give me something good for free. Void shimmer soil. Boo! I mean, we could technically make that now with, you know, just upgrading our hoe, which we probably ought to look at doing. So what does the template take to make? Just an upgrade. Okay. So uses, and then we just need to make one of those, and then we go to uses on it, and then we can duplicate them. And then duplicate them again. And now we'll need more of the stuff, but let's just go ahead and duplicate it one more time. Cool. So now we have 5 of our upgrade templates. We need more netherite, which we're working on getting down here, right? So we've got 64 of those. Let's put more in. We might ought to set up some automation with an enrichment chamber to just process this for us into scrap automatically, because we're probably going to need a lot more netherite going forward, or we can just make a netherite seed, which might be smarter. Because, see, like, that isn't even 2 blocks worth of netherite. We only got 2 blocks because we already had some in there. Yeah, we're going to need that automatically processed. All right, so what next? Void shimmer soil. I mean, this is cute and all, but I mean, I just upgrade my hoe and can just make it all down there. I guess I could use the exchanging gadget maybe to exchange all of this. Because it will suck having to pick up all these seeds. What is happening here? Hey, you're live over here too. Yes, sir, Rude Puts. I'm trying to be live on Twitch more often because it's more of a platform for what I do. So I really want to get into streaming over there without having like the watermark from Restream too. So I'm trying to figure out a solution for that. Yeti told me to come talk to him after the stream last week, but I didn't catch up with him in time. So, yeah. He sent me a link to a thing that I tried to set it up, but then the way that piece of software set up isn't really going to work with how he and I thought I might be able to use it. So, what does it take for a netherite seed? Supremium. Okay, do I have any supremium? I do. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. NETH seed. Ooh, empowered rift seed. Okay, that seems really complicated. Void flame fuel, tempered jar, superheated. Do I have any of those left? Empowered rift seed. It wants ender stars. They're made here. Okay, I think I've got, let's see, nether stars. I don't, but we should have them in the thing up here. We got wither skelly skulls right now. And you should be processing wither predictions. There we go. All right, so wither predictions. They make nether stars for us. We need more prediction matrices. There we go. That'll get us some more wither stuff going. We've got enough wither skelly skulls to last a lifetime. There's our coal dust, our polymers, our plastics, our enderic compounds. And then now we should be able to take these and come over here. And then we just need more Eye of Ender. And that should get us. There we go. We can craft up a couple more of them. How many did we need? How many did we need? What were we making? I've done forgotten. Nope, that was not what we were making. We needed them for something. Oh, yes, we need 4 of them to empower a seed. So how many do we have? Ender star. We have 3, so we need 1 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can hit it with the temporal pouch again. All right, now the empowerer. Empowerer. This thing. All right, 2 of these. Display stand. Interesting. Aesthetic quartz. So we need blocks of quartz. Okay. Over here. Boy, chasing recipes. You gotta love it. At least that's in live streams. Y'all get to watch my pain and suffering. when I'm doing this for a video, it's just me sitting here staring at my monitor all by myself. All by myself. Building gadgets and crops don't mix. Actually, I learned that they do. I just did it wrong. So if you go watch, so he uses it in, I don't remember, one of the ones he started recently. He started another series recently. Did it convert all that already? It sure did. Aesthetic Quartz, which is a quest completion for something. Ooh, tier 4 machine cores. Let's go. All right, we're progressing nicely in both of those. Where was that quest completion for the quartz? No idea. No pressure. Oh, it wants me to complete this one to unlock the next one. Okay. Platinum, Eclipse Ember Fuel, Adamant Dust. Okay. What were we using this for? Oh, we were making the Empowerer. Let's take a look at our clipboard here in a minute, too, so that I don't get carried away. Aesthetic Green Quartz. So, chiseled quartz blocks. Okay. So, block quartz. Then I think I have a chisel, right? Swear I've made it. How do I make chiseled quartz block? Uses. Quartz pillar. Okay, chiseled quartz. Chiseled quartz blocks is made from slabs. Okie dokie, we can do that. Okay, and then if we do this, sweet. Now, we should be able to toss this in here and get the green it wants. Nice. And then back to making our Empowerer. I've gotten a little sidetracked, but I think we're all right on time. Yeah, we're doing fine on time. Coffee. Gonna need more coffee in a second. Display stand, we need an advanced coil, which means we need a basic coil, which means we need these redstonia things, so I need redstone. And then I think I can make this thing from memory. I've looked at the recipe so many times. No, I can't because I still got to make the coils. Dang it. Okay, so basic coil. I need that. And then that. And then now I could make the thing from memory, except I put up all the quartz I need. Crap. Uses. Display stand. Coil. Go. Okay, and then display stand. We still need the double battery. How do we make those things? Iron. Okay. It's funny is I think we're gonna like make all of these like, you know, bases from this and we may never need them again. Would help if I bookmarked the thing we're trying to make, right? Like, why have I not done that already? There we go. So we're going to need another coil. Let's just make a few of these. Cool. another one of them for this one. And then now we should be able to make our double battery. And then now we should be able to make our empowerer. There we go. Does this need power too? I bet it does. Nope. Maybe not. How do we use it? Uses. So those look separated. Like I need something to... Is there a book for actually additions? Book, guide, something. Yes, there is. Let's see. What's up, Max? How you doing? Big Wooly is worse than me about not reading the chat. I don't know how long he's been in there, but he's been in there a minute. And he wanted me to ask him how much wood could a woodchuck chuck and just leave it alone. Because I always stopped there, and that drove him crazy. So. Am I really worse about him? Yeah, oh God, he was in there a minute ago. Sorry, Max. You know, I am bad. It is bad. It is a problem. I'm aware of it. You know, I acknowledge the problem. At least you have, you know, Sunflower Mama over there to, you know, be like, hey, Max, so-and-so said something to you. You should go read the chat. He's going to start stopwatching me when he comes in and see how long it takes. How do we make this thing work? All right, getting started. Yeah, I don't want to watch a video while I'm streaming, but thanks. It'd be cool if your book was like useful. Crystals and Reconstructor, the Atomic Reconstructor, cool. Okay. Visit to the engineers. Yeah, so your manual basically tells you that. But how in the world do you use the Empowerer? It looks like it wants pedestals or something. Let's see. We were going to use it for Ender Stars. Their uses are... Oh yeah, the seed. The Empowerer works in the middle. Display stands in a diamond shape with at least a 1 block gap. Is there display stands that are from this mod? So actually display. Oh, these. I gotta make 4 of these? Dang. Okay, whatever. I love mods with clear documentation. They make it so easy to use them. It's like, here, just figure this crap out. We're not actually going to tell you how to do any of it anywhere. You just got to piddle around and figure it out. So if we do that and that and that and that. Oh, and these each need power. Well, what the French toast? Can I use this energy transmitter to get them power? So if I go there and then render area, will it go that far? Maybe? Is that all the way over there? 2 more. If I can go 2 more, it might work. This might work. Oh, I can go 1 more. Maybe we can make it work. Okay, so then if we come down on the Y, 1 more, and then we make the radius on the Y 3 and the radius on the X 3. No. We need to make it on the Z, not the Y. Does that get them all? That gets them all. Sweet. And we just drained our entire system of power in that one moment. Somehow. That's because both these fuel generators are out, but I've got Eclipse fuel in there, which should make better power, right? Eclipse Ember fuel. I don't know what kind of power it's making, but it should be making better power. Did it drain our whole cube, our whole energy cube? Well, no. So if the bottom is an output, and eject is on, then you should be able to pull from... All right, I don't know why it's not filling them. Oh, they are full. Okay. Nice. All right, let's go turn the render off because we don't need that showing now that we've got it working. Oh, by the way, this came from a quest reward, but you can make them at Blaze Gold tier. It was just in between this one and the last one. I was claiming quest rewards. That was a freebie, but we want to take a look at it real quick. It's from Just Dire Things, and it is the energy transmitter right here. So it's not too bad. Just 3 Blaze Gold, an Ender Pearl, and a Celestium, which is just the diamond converted on the blob. So they're not too bad to make, but they are wireless power transmission. Within, I guess we learned right there that you can go 9 blocks away in pretty much any direction from it, and then you can expand your range off of that 9 block center. So that allowed us to charge up this stuff. So now we need a charged Void Flame Seed and those 4 crystals. So there's a charged Void Flame Seed and the Ender Stars. Enderer. Look at that. Just a stellar typist. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it need a redstone pulse? Go gadget thingamabob. And do it now. Does it need a pulse? Give it a button. All right, squirrel, you've lied to me. You're dead to me now. Oh, and you're saying it'll void my 80 KFE if I pick these up? Well, that blows. Any cardboard boxes? I got a cardboard box. Oh, it's doing something now. Oh, but it ran these out of power. So now they're out of range. So I gotta bring the whole thing, like... Alright. So it looks like it is 2 blocks, but we're gonna have to shimmy our power around. So let's put you there. And then 1, 2 there, 1, 2 there. All right, and then 1, 2 there. And then 1, 2 here. And then we're gonna have to go move our thing to charge all of them, I think. Oh, wait, maybe not. Okay. We can put our chest back there and toss our obsidian back in it. Our don't get distracted woolly chest can go here now. We'll put this stuff that was in there back in there. And are we out of power again? Let's go look at this and make sure it's covering all of them. It's not covering all of them. So we need to bring it closer by 2 and shift it on the X that way. Oh, we need to go further away by 1. Like that. There we go. All right, we can turn our render area off. So, in your world, it's got to be 2 away. You got to use the display stands from Actually Additions. They need power. This does not. And then it auto-crafts. So there is our empowered rift seed. We did all of that so that we could make a netherite seed. So we had some more scrap processing in here. And then if we do this, because we're going to need netherite for this tier of just dire things. And so this was sort of a unwritten side quest. Like we needed to get something done for a solution for netherite, and this will be the easiest long-term solution for us for netherite is like this. Because I mean, look, just with 2 rounds of all that, we get less than 3 blocks of the netherite we need, you know, to keep going. So now if we come to our altar up here, we put our empowered rift seed in the middle, and our netherite around. Bam. I do like that they've modified this so that it's not just, oh, let me make a seed that's super easy to make, you know, because it is kind of cheesy when you get to like the netherite tier and you can just craft it with, you know, whatever, and you've got unlimited. That feels kind of cheesy, but having to jump through all those hoops to make it, while it wasn't necessarily the most fun thing, it does make it more challenging than just let me craft a seed. I mean, in the end, yes, we did just craft a seed, but it wasn't like a super simple craft. So I like that, actually. But then again, I like most of the stuff that the FTB team does with mod packs. So, because Sky's Expert was also like where my channel made like its biggest gains, was when I was playing that pack. Well, I guess technically we broke 1K playing all the mods 10, but I think the big push came from Sky's Expert. Either way. All right, let's craft up some more of the Eclipse alloy, and we can start upgrading some gear and some tools. And let's take a look at the clipboard, see how distracted Wooly got today. So, echo shards, we still haven't made them. Yeah, so we kind of got off track here on chasing that netherite, but I think that's an important thing because we're going to need more of it as we move forward in the pack. So, having it growing now is going to be better for us in the long term. Let's see. If it doesn't work, what do we do? Cheap viewers, how about you get bent? You want to handle that for me and ban them? We're all over on Twitch. The ridicule you put up with. Hey, man. Hey, you signed up for this mess. It was in the fine print when you signed on the dotted line. What do we want to upgrade to Eclipse first? I guess our hoe. Thank you, sir. Yeah, let's do our hoe first. Actually, I want to take a break and go get some coffee. I have not stood up, but I'll give y'all 10 more minutes to make it to the 2-hour mark before I go stand up. Sweet. Eclipse alloy hoe, sword, pick, shovel, and then we should duplicate that template before we run out of them. And we're going to need to make some more Eclipse alloy, but that is why we're growing that seed. Although, I haven't even seen the first one come in yet. Is it out of range for our mystical agriculture harvester thing? Oh, we're not even using the harvester anymore. Let's make sure it's not out of range for the pickup. Yeah, it should be in range, just hasn't grown yet. And what tier soil is that? Void Shimmer. Oh, I wish I could just convert it. Dang it. So I guess if I put this on low, let's watch and make sure. All right, so it's still picking up. If I put it on high, all right, now it ignores. No, it picked that up. Well, what is picking those up if you're on ignore? Okay, there. Now, if I were to, let's say, open my backpack. Something is still picking. Oh, they're disappearing because of the thing. Okay, okay, okay. That makes sense. All right, let's turn on our magnet. And then if I do that, now all of my seeds are in there. Okay, that's what we wanted. And then we shovel all that. Then it gives me Void Shimmer soil. Let's break all this. So the problem is now I got all this Void Shimmer soil, but I want it to be just dirt because I want to convert it. Or can I do it in the grid with the hoe? No? Can I do the dirt that way? No, that just makes farmland. Okay, so that's fine. Let's get out our diamond stick. We need to put our item collector back down so we can see the range again. Yeah, and we had it going 2 blocks past everything. All right, nice. Right? Looks right to me. Okay. So turn off the render. And this gets us our top tier Just Dire Things soil, which grows the fastest and all that jazz. Nice. Making progress. All right, and this should be what? Shadow Pulse soil or whatever? Shadow Pulse, yep. All right, let's put all this stuff in the backpack. And get all of our seeds back out. And then just place them down. Don't know that I need 5 skystone seeds down anymore. Okay. Probably ought to get some wheat going too, though, because we need it for that packed stuff for the plastic. So, and some carrots. Oh, let's turn our magnet off, and then our magnet also off. Oh, there's the Demon's Dream Seed. We should probably grow some of that too, just to be safe. And then let's grab out a couple wheat seeds. Because, yeah, we only have 99 wheat. We probably should have more wheat than that. Maybe a couple potatoes, too. Just for the sake of having them. There we go. All right, soil upgraded. And hopefully the item collector from Just Dire Things is fast enough. It looks like some of those are like vanishing. That's super weird. And a new beer, yes, yes. Rude Put needs a beer, and I need more coffee. All right. Yeah, let's grab out a sign. We're gonna go refill the coffee. No sign. Coffee break. Super sophisticated way to let my viewers know I'm AFK. Man. All right. I need to get the follower goal so I can start the whole set stream goal things over on Twitch, because I don't know if y'all can hear this chair through the microphone, but man, my chair is in dire need of something else. Did Red Panda just drop a video or go live? How dare he? Just kidding. All right. Put that away, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's take a look here. We did that, we did that, we did that. We needed to crush that stuff, right? And then I did bookmarked those for things to do. And then import bus, export buses, energy acceptors. That was for the AE2 quest line, right? Mystical agriculture, tier 5 seeds. Cool. Solium seed base. That's not a seed I can grow, but cool. Thanks, I guess. We have not even made the first tier of mob seeds, so that'll be a thing. All right, what else have we gotten done? Actually, additions. Okay, we did stuff for you. Nice. Empowering crystals. Oh, look, if we'd read it. You need to set up display stands 2 blocks away on each side of the Empowerer. Look at that. It was in the quest book. What do I always say in my videos? Read the quest book. The position of items on display stands do not matter, but you will need to power them. Hey, that was like all the info we needed just right there. Canola seeds, empowered canola seeds. Interesting. There's like a whole other tier of stuff we can make. There's a lot to actually additions. Noted. What did we make? Our Eclipse tier stuff. Sweet. We're going to need more netherite before we can proceed too much more. How many of that do we have now? We don't even have enough for our first round, but it's more than we had. All right, let's just do a little temporary, you know, because nothing is more permanent than temporary wiring that works, right? So if I were to take a couple of chests, actually, if we do drawers, we could do pusher things. So 1, 2, and then we need pusher, which we have one. Awesome. And then if we pull out a bunch of this dirty scrap, cool. So if I come to my enrichment chamber here and I take this power out 1 more block, after I do that, okay, so if we do this and we grab out some more basic universal cable, and then we tell you to clear all your sides, and you can take an input from the top, output to the right, auto eject on. Then we take this pusher upgrade and we tell it to push to the down. Sweet. Nothing's more permanent than temporary wiring that works. Who says I ever even automate that? And then if I were to take this one step further, just to make it like, you know, permanent, we can lock that, we can link that. Are we inside the range of our controller? I think we are, right? I think like the whole thing is. Yep. So yeah, now we've got access to netherite scrap, and all we got to do is fill this thing. Oh. The extents that I will go to be lazy never cease to amaze me. All right, now let's make some more netherite blocks. Netherite. Then I gotta question myself too. Like, so we're playing with AE2 and other packs, and this pack has something unique that a lot of other packs don't have. This has the beta of Refined Storage 2 in it. So do we keep going down the Applied Energistics route, or do we play around with Refined Storage 2, the beta? Because that was actually one of the things that drew me to the pack, was that it has Refined Storage 2 in it, which don't know what all's different, but I do know that they say it is supposed to be closer to the functionality of AE2. So what do we do? I don't know. Is there really anything different? Is it worth doing it this way? Because it does have things like the Auto Crafter Manager. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. We've already started down the AE2 route. I guess we stay there. Let's grab our gear out, though. Go upgrade it. I need to make a couple more of the templates. Actually, already had an Eclipse Alloy template. Are you serious? Eclipse Alloy ingot. Primal Coal. That doesn't need to be in there. Blaze Gold block doesn't need... What is all this stuff in my backpack that doesn't... Oh, I just shoved it in there. Okay. That's Woolly's fault. Aquarine, steel. What? Cow seeds. Okay, we need to get that going. Dirt, plastics, coal, cooked Elder Guardian. I need those. I need that. That was a quest reward. Clipboard we want out. All right, we need to go put our cow seed and some of that other stuff down. Block of Blaze Gold, that seems like a quest reward. Put some of this stuff into storage. Okay. Yep, we were going to go put these seeds back out because we were growing some inferium and our cow seed got mixed up. Cool, netherite. Sweet, we've made our first netherite ingot from our seed. Let's go. All right, now back to upgrading gear. So those go in there. Yep. And if we go to our backpack, we can get out our other two pieces and go ahead and get them upgraded. And then how do we go from the Void Shift wand to the Eclipse? Okay, that's in the crafting table. Sweet. So this stuff can go back in the backpack. These things can get equipped. This can go over here. You can go into storage. You can go into storage. You can go into storage. We're going to convert more of that. We want to make this into blocks. Oh, we want to turn that render off. Eclipse gate, right click for settings. I don't know how to use the Eclipse gate. We'll have to figure out how to use it because it's still the normal 2 for the other ones. But we got our wand upgraded. And we need to start working on making some more fuel because our simple fuel generators are out down there. So probably ought to start thinking about ways of wrapping our head around automating all this. Probably not a bad idea. But let's get back on task, Wooly. You got a clipboard for a reason. What are you doing all this other stuff for? Shut up. Nobody was talking to you. Okay, Mom. God. Boy, this one has not broken yet. I just jinxed myself. It's gonna die now. There we go. And then we should be able to put that in there. Hi, can you answer DM from... Yeah, I saw it, man. I just, it's kind of a tough question. So I, you know, when I get some time to think about it, I will answer you, you know. It's not a common thing for somebody to want you to give you an unreleased or whatever video, but anywho, we might chat. I do appreciate the DM. I just, yeah. Still trying to figure out how to answer that one. Alrighty. Oh, there it is. I spoke it into existence. It died. All right. Cool. Let's make up some more fuel real quick. So we want some more polymorphic catalysts. We're going to need more of those. So it should be fine. We're going to need some water. Oh, and if this is dead, it shouldn't convert it for me. Nice. That's actually convenient. Okay, and then now we should be able to activate this with Skulk. All right. And then we're going to need all of the coals and embers. So coal, we need primal coal, void flame coal, and blaze ember. Oh, do I not have any left? Oops. All right, so we're going to need to make some more primal coal. So we need some regular coal. And we can activate some of these other ones to get some of that going. There we go. You like A2, so it wouldn't be good to I mean, most people like A2. I like A2. It's just, I get tired of kind of doing the same things in different mod packs over and over, so I like trying different things. That was one of the things I liked about Sky's Expert, is it forced you to play with some other stuff. Okay. That almost fell right in the pool and converted that. That would have been funny. All right, so now we can convert these, right? Is it coal? I thought it was coal, right? What am I doing wrong here? The polymorphic. Is it void flame for the first tier and I just wasted all my time? Nope. All right, hold on. We're doing something wrong. Polymorphic fluid, uses. Where is our, there we go, fluid drops. So yes, it's this tier 2. We start at tier 2. Okay, so we need blaze ember, which is why we were making this coal. To get to the blaze ember. Okay, I'm not crazy. I mean, I am, but not in this moment, at least. All right, there we go. So now we've got enough to make a couple batches of blaze ember, and this should give us the ability to not have to actually automate this today. You know, that's the goal. Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow? Okay. Sweet. Blaze ember. Nice, nice, nice. All right. So then our polymorphic, we do like that. All right. So we'll toss those in. Let them convert. Activate it with Skulk again. I had to talk about it not dying, and then it's just like, oh yeah? You want me to die? Here you go. Do I have another empty fluid canister? Salt water, water, lava. Ooh, I've got one with water. Okay, so that'll work. So we can wait and empty this one. Boy, it died again. All right, and then the Eclipse coal, Eclipse ember. All right, break that, and then we need to convert some of this. Yeah, we're going to need to get this automated. Maybe that's what we do after we get a batch of fuel made up. Because here's the Eclipse ember. We'll just pull some buckets because we're going to empty this one and then we can fill it with our fuel. Okay. All right, there is 5 of those, and that should get us plenty of Eclipse Ember for making some more fuel. Let's get our Blaze Ember back out. Running kind of low on those. Let that convert up. But now I need Void Flame Coal too. There we go. No, 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 don't turn to ice. Ah! I panicked. Okay. Blaze Ember. And Eclipse Ember. This should hopefully get both of our generators full on fuel. All right, so now if I take these buckets and I put them back down, suck it in there. Put it in there, put it in there, and put it in there, and put it in there. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we need more Blaze Ember. Nope, we need more. Yeah, this will be interesting to try and automate too. I guess I'll have to automate the polymorphic fluid without it touching a catalyst, which shouldn't be a problem. You can automate that in a separate space. What is going on here? All All right, and that, and that. So now we got a full thing of fluid. Let's go put it in our simple fuel generators. 4 buckets. 4 buckets. Wish it would tell me it's making 4,000 FE a tick. Okay, I'll take that. It's actually charging that up pretty fast. Cool. I mean, it's probably not our most efficient way for power, but it is good for right now. So, what next, Wooly? What were you going to do next? Come claim a bunch of quest rewards? Cool. We made our Eclipse fuel, Ember fuel. The portal gun. Traveling through either will send you to the other. That could be fun. Never really messed with the portal gun. It's not on the list. Quit getting distracted while eating your bagel. Wireless convert echo shards. Okay. Back on track. We only have 1 echo shard left. We got ours from looting blue barrels in the Nether, I believe. No, in the deep ocean or on rafts. So we can make these on an enchanting apparatus. With all these other things. Which we're running low on amethyst too, so we're going to need to work on getting a budding amethyst somehow. Interesting. So we can make one through Oratech with Enderic Compound. That could be worth a look. I mean, is there an amethyst seed if we're just, talking about ways to get it? Amethyst seed. There is. Okay, yep, that's the route to go. All right, so we need 4 amethysts, which we have 5. So thank goodness we checked that. Then we need Prudentium and a Charged Prosperity. So Charged Prosperity. Prudentium. There we go. All right, so yeah. Glad we looked at making the seed before we made our first Echo Shard. Hooray! Let me break my ankles real quick. Yay. Is there a skulk seed? Just, asking for a friend. Looks like no. So the only way to get skulk would be to get a catalyst and spread it, or Well, what does that do? Interesting. All right, so let's grow some canola seeds because it looks like we might need these for multiple things I've been noticing. So let's just get some of them going. We got our fuel going in our generators. Our coal back up. Temporal pouch. Sculpt can go away for now. So we've gone over the process of making echo shards. So I think we can call that good. Collider, I don't know. Hour and a half, we might start working on parts, but let's take a look at this wireless AE2, because that's kind of where I'd like to end, because once I get wireless access, I can start limiting what integrated dynamics is doing and start moving things over to the other side. So we're looking at a grid. Well, do we have one? Let's see. Or no, it's a crafting terminal. Okay. So we're gonna need a wireless terminal. Wireless receiver. We're gonna need wireless boosters. No. Those are the wrong mod. Wait, no, those are the right mod. Wireless crafting terminal. There we go. Okay. So let's see. So I need a logic one, right? That's what it said, so... There we go, and wireless crafting terminal. Okay, wireless terminal. Fluix Pearl. How are we getting Fluix? Charged, Certus, and Redstone, and Nether Quartz. Nether and Redstone. Okay, that's enough of them. Let's stop making extra logics for now. Let's go make our Fluix. Oh, we didn't charge these. Oops. Charger. Hey, Eddie, what's going on, bud? How are you? Got sidetracked last weekend and never made it back to the computer in the afternoon. So I'm just using Restream.io, but I do not like the controls or the fact that it brands my videos with their watermark. So, you know, that is not really fun. I just want to talk to you about the one that you sent me the link for, that Xplex thing. Downside is it doesn't have any authentication, so it puts this website out that basically makes your stream key public. And so, yeah, I guess maybe if I did it on my home server, but that was what I wanted to pick your brain about, was that there, because I have my, you know, little box, my Unraid box, that I think I could just load the container up for that on. I just didn't know what kind of overhead that stuff had. Wanted to, or see if you had any kind of way to figure out making it where it's not public when I run it on the server. So, but anywho, that's thoughts for another day, or later today maybe, but we'll see. Let's see. What are we doing? Oh, God. Stuff be popping off in the pool. There we go. All right. Now, Fluix Pearl. Wireless receiver. Now we should be able to make the wireless terminal. And then we should be able to make it into a wireless crafting terminal. We play with we could a proxy that could all hide in. Oh, okay. You know all that kind of crap. You know I don't. I just mash buttons when they tell me it's okay to mash them. Wireless access point. We need another Fluix Pearl. We need some more. So we'll put a couple of those Fluix. We probably need to make a Fluix seed before too long. Charged Void Flame. It's not too bad. And we need 4, so we'll have plenty left. Let's go ahead and do our 2 for this craft. Inscriber. There we go. Ah! Don't pet cats when you're allergic to cats. Just saying. My coffee break, I petted a cat, and now my eye is bothering me. So we need that, right? And then that. So there's our wireless access point, wireless crafting, and then if we go to uses, we're going to need range boosters. So we need more Fluix and Ender Dust. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Sure. Okay. Let's let that process up. And then where can we get Ender Dust? Ender Dust. Crusher? Cool. And we have a crusher somewhere. Did we set it up downstairs? Did we throw it in storage? Crusher. We threw it in storage. There we go. How's the server holding up? Great. We've got this Oceanblock 2 instance. We've got all the mods 10, the vanilla, and the new Prison Escape, and the other Skyblock one, all running at the same time. Yes, Squirrel. I know. You want all the cool features in the chats, and those would be cool and all. Yes. Yes. One day. We'll eventually get there. I'll quit making excuses, I promise. Not really. Did we just drain our power again? Because, oh, yeah, we not only drained our power, but that controller's off. Yeah, we are vastly exceeding our power generating capabilities. This is going to be a problem. Like a real problem. Wireless boosters. All right, well, that should be enough for now, but we've got to get some steady power going because, well, I mean, the problem is I think we have that battery upstairs that's not tied into any of this, right? How much power is in here? Oh, no, we're depleting it too. Yeah, okay. Right, so we're wrecking our power. So this is cool and all. But as soon as I slap this on here with some range upgrades, our power usage is going to go through the roof. So that's linked now. That's not too bad on power usage, but how much range does it get me? 24 blocks. That's barely even the whole base. But I mean, it is the whole base, so there is that. But for now, wireless out of range because we have no power. All right, there's gotta be something better for power. But we did get, all right, we can mark something off the clipboard so we feel like we made somewhere. So wireless AE2, convert to AE2, question mark. Yeah, the question mark on converting to AE2 is gonna be power. Because we don't even know what the drain is going to be right now. Let's start with some coal. Probably going to need to go find some more skulks soon. King of excuses. I learned from watching you, Yeti. Actually, Yeti's the guy who doesn't make excuses. He will just literally run himself ragged until the point that he finds himself in the hospital and his body forces him to stop. Or Miss Yeti beats him to within an inch of his life and then he stops. I mean, one or the other. I mean, there have been adventures you don't know about, but, you know, long story short, Mama's in the hospital and wife was in the hospital this past Monday. So, yeah, it's been chaotic. Yeah. Yeti doesn't stop. People have to make Yeti stop. Which we all appreciate until Yeti's not doing well with his health, and then we all feel bad for being part of the problem. So. All right, there's primal coal, which we don't need for fuel, so let's convert all of this into blocks for the first tier. All right, that gets us like a round of conversions to get us a bunch of blaze ember. And then we're going to want to make like, I don't know, at least a couple batches of fuel to see if we can get ahead of this power gen issue long enough to try and solve it, maybe. All right, so that gets me some blaze ember. So this is where it gets tricky and we got to start managing. So let's get out all the blaze ember we have. All right, we have 55. So if I do 4 of those, if I do 5 of those, that leaves me 10, which will get me 10 buckets of blaze ember fuel. Okay, we want to do 2 batches because they take 4 each So 16 total blaze ember should be enough to hang on to. And then we can convert these. So if I do this, what does that leave me with? 4. Leaves me with 16. Cool. So one more I can convert. And then now we got to start looking at void shimmers or void flame fuel. Void. Yeah, we're probably going to have to do more converting. Yeah, because that doesn't even get me one. What do we have for Eclipse? We've got 9. So that gets us a batch right there. Okay. So if we take our empty container and we get 4 water, and then we're going to need polymorphic catalyst. $16 of it. Okay. So now void flame fuel. Nope, it's blaze ember first, Wooly. Duh. Blaze ember. All right, blaze ember's converting. Sounds like you need a holiday. Dude, I used every bit of vacation to go home to help with my mom for 2 weeks. So I got no time off unless I'm dead and in a hospital, basically, not till the end of the year. So just, you know, when you're an adult and do the right thing, you know, sometimes you're the one that gets neglected when you're busy doing the right thing. Not that you could relate to that at all. I did get to meet Squirrel, though, while I was in Georgia. So that was nice. I mean, I thought it was nice. I don't know whether he enjoyed the experience or not. I mean, you know, I'm quite the character. All right. Gotta love it when the kids bug you and you're like, hey, you know, this thing that I do once a week where it's like, you know, can you go 4 hours? Y'all are teenagers where you don't need me, maybe? That'd be awesome. It's 4 hours. I don't think it's too much to ask. What are we doing? Get it booked nice and early. It'll be cheaper too. Yeah, we're wife and I, we were talking about that. Like I told her we need to get it done. So, more to come on that note. That's assuming it's not World War III before then and nobody's going and visiting anywhere. Yeah, but you're over on the wrong coast, right? Or did you say you were coming out my way to visit with Miss Ruggs? All right, let's go get some more power going. I mean, if you're coming my way, that's a no-brainer. What am I going to run out of? Eclipse Ember. Yeah, I see on the thermoelectric generators from Immersive Engineering, but they don't make a lot of power, like, at all. Oh, this is enough. Nice. This doesn't quite give me 2 full batches of fuel, but it gets me a whole, like, extra 4. So maybe we can go see what power gen's looking like and what our power draw is going to look like, and we can start looking at power for the conversion. Because I think the other thing we're going to be missing is storage right now on the new one. Because unfortunately, this chess mod doesn't have, like, a singular interface, so I think I could probably do some kind of interface between Integrated Dynamics and AE2, but I seem to recall somebody crashing a server once trying to do that. So I don't know if that's a good idea. But let's see, where are we on power? So we're just about out of the fuel. So we'll put that much in there and that much in there. Now that cube is full. Yeah, that's better than it was. And everything's running. What do you take? So what is your power usage? 19. So 40 FE a tick is what you're using. So that's not bad at all. What is really using all the power right now then? I bet you it's this metallurgic infuser. 2k FE a tick. Okay. But it's almost done processing all our netherite scrap, so that'll go from 2k FE a tick to nothing in a hurry. And then we really shouldn't have that huge of a passive power draw after that, right? Alright, so what are some options then? Ender IO, what do these make? The photovoltaics and stuff. Pulsating, vibrant. Oh. Oh boy. Power. Where's our power gen? Okay. Extreme reactors, crude oil, diesel gen from, that's Integrated Dynamics, or no, that's Immersive Engineering. Or the fuel generator, crude oil or turbo fuel. Turbo fuel provides the same RF but lasts longer. This generator becomes available when you can craft the enderic lens, as well as mixing and making crude oil in the mixer. So we've got to make crude oil with ethanol. Which requires 30 to 60 C in a thermo-pneumatic processing plant. Do we really want to make customer to get started with these? You'll first need to get the assembler from Oratech. Lead plate, energized steel from Powa. I like how the simple is in quotes. Highest tier producing 4K RF a tick. Oratech reactors has everything at this point including a customizable reactor to fulfill your power needs. It requires an assembler. Processing units, reactor wall, nuclear reactor control panel must be placed on the reactor walls. Warning, insufficient cooling the reactor may result in catastrophic consequences. Okay, so the Oratech reactors can also blow up. Good to know. Let's just see. I'm sure that FTB has blocked it, but let's take a look at mech. And then, what is it? Ethylene. So, ethane. Uses. Biofuel. Yeah, it looks like our mechanism one's gone. The where you make ethylene and then you burn it in the generator. Okay, so no easy power there. Do we have, so like at Powa, what do we have in Powa for power gen? Nothing. They took it all out. Okay, so we don't have anything easy there. I don't like any of my options here. Thank you. Uses temperature differential between blocks. This means you need to place it, blah, blah, blah. Engineer manual. Yeah, so then if this is what Squirrel was talking about. So the thermoelectric generator on either side of it to generate LV power. So it's low voltage. So we won't even be able to get into the high voltage range. Kinetic generator doesn't do high voltage either. It's just low voltage. And then diesel generator, but we're still going to need to make crude oil. So do we chase the rabbit of making crude oil for that? Big solar. The big solar panel can generate a variable amount of energy depending on the tier of machine core used to build it. Making this generator becomes available once you can make flux gates. Okay. So what are flux gates? Fluxite, advanced battery, flux gates. Flux gates are made in the assembler with platinum, which we're about to be able to make. Processing unit. So where does fluxite come from? Fluxite is platinum clumps spun down in a centrifuge. Platinum clumps, where do we get them from? Small platinum clumps. They come from raw platinum. Where does platinum? Do we have platinum already? Where do platinum chunks come from? They come from fragmenting. Doesn't the crystal resonance generator make Fe? That was in the mechanism quest line. I think it wanted us to make it there. Yeah, this has become the episode of, cool, I've got wireless AE2, but I need power to use it. Oh, boy. What did we do for storage? I think we did make some. Couple of 4K ME storage disks, but we're going to need more than that to proceed. So, yeah, it's really this is really the episode of we need power. What is this? What is there? The assembler. Okay, we got that. How are we doing on fuel? Okay, you have gone from like burning the daylights out of it to sipping, which I like. So that means that our netherite stuff is done. All right, let's take a look here. So, platinum. It wanted us to make platinum. Where does this come from? All right, maybe let's just revisit the quest line and see where we're supposed to be in the quest line. Airdrop incoming, 99 blocks. Ooh, this will be upgraded because we finished another tier of stuff. Uh-huh. Airdrop landed. Gimme goodies. Uranium. Netherite. Oh, that's free platinum right there if we make the fragmenting forge. And honey seeds we already have. The midnight robe, I don't remember what it does, but it's meh. Uranium, that was a good one. Netherite, free netherite, we'll take it. This is probably the best one because we were just looking at how to get it. So yeah, and we've already got some honey seeds, I believe. Let's just kind of double check. Oh. We can just check and see if we got honey essence, which I'm pretty sure we do. We do. Okay, so that's already coming in. How are we doing on netherite essence? Let's just see. Oh, we're getting there. Look at that. If you're not staring at it, it comes in pretty quick. 4 more netherite. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so using this stuff, we can make platinum in a crusher. Or not in a crusher, in a fragmenting forge. And then the platinum cluster can be just straight smelted, right? 1-to-1. Okay. Yep. So that's free platinum. But back to under pressure. So wants us to make platinum. And then find craft or find raw platinum. So we can locate raw platinum, like in World Gen. That'd be cool. All right, that was what we needed Eclipse Ember Fuel, was to make some raw in a tempered glass jar. All right, so we need to make some more Eclipse Ember Fuel, and not for our generators this time. All right, so one more go around of making this stuff, but not for, well, I mean, we're going to need more for the generators until we can get them replaced, but moving right along with the platinum. Killed all 3 of my goos that round. Polymorphic. Okay, some skulk. We probably had to go mine some. I don't remember where that skulk came from. I think we found it, right? In world. Let's make that into a block. More blaze ember. Okay, which we're gonna need to convert into void flame, so we need no more of it for this tier. Gets me 2 more. Okay, and then void flame, we need 1 more of those to get the whole batch of 4. Yeah, automating this, that's the future. Now, do we even have enough of this to make a block? Void flame. Nope. Sure don't. So it's going to quite literally give me just 1 Eclipse Ember fuel, which I guess is technically all we need to make our first little bit of platinum, because that'll get us 2 raw platinum, which we can look at our processing methods for once we have it. So there's that. All right, there's our Eclipse Ember fuel. And then it needs the superheated all right, and then Eclipse Ember fuel. And then what did it want in here? We need to crush adamant. Which we have. So now we just need our crusher. 16 of the dust. Put it in there. And that should get us to platinum. Raw platinum. All right, so now what are our methods for processing our raw platinum? We can convert it into a block. We can just smelt it straight. One of them gets us 2 ingots in the forge. I mean, or in the productive metalworks foundry. That could be a like that. Is that guaranteed 2 ingots? It says 2 ingots. So that's a duplication right there. 3 in the enrichment chamber gets us 4 dust, which is not duplicating. Yeah, let's go duplicate, because that'll give us 4 ingots. We need some lava up there, though, which I think we have in our backpack. We do. Okay. So if we put some more lava in there, then we put our 2 raw platinum in, we take out our plate cast, we get out an ingot cast. Here we go. So this should give us 4 ingots worth, according to what JEI says. Nice. Yeah, duplicating in the forge. I like it. So there is 4 platinum. Nice. Ruby ring. Ooh, some more Eclipse Ember fuel for free. Nice. That's 2 more of the ingots. Hey, nobody hit. I didn't hit shift to swear it. You lie. Eclipse Ember. Put it in there. Get 2 more platinum. That's cool. Yeah, so we can have 8 total platinum ingots. I am down for that. Look at keeping on moving along on the quest line. Quit getting distracted, Wooly. Know you want power and wireless AE2. But just shut up and do what the book tells you. Oh, let my coffee get cold again. It is almost noon, though. Thankfully, I have 1 Echo Shard left. So we need to go to the assembler. And we need that thing. Echo Shard, Adamant, and the Eclipse thingy. Echo. Adamant. And then Ember. Eclipse. No, what are they called? The things that had us make already. These things. Indiric compound. 1, 2. So. Is it like pattern specific? Oh my God. Yeah, it's got to be in there in the right order. Indiric lens. Oh, is that a free drive? A free 16K. Let's go, because I can make that into a 16K ME. We might be able to get out of our chest wall. Yeah, let's make one of them. We just need some of that. 16K ME. Let's go. All right. And then, actually, if I put that in there first, take out those two 4Ks, can shuck these 4Ks, and then I really only got to make one more 4K to have two 16Ks. Yeah, that might be the play. So, recipe for these is 3 of these, which we're going to need more Certus. So then, uses on that, we need to go to the 4K. So then there's 3 4Ks. If we go to the uses on those, they make, we need a calculation processor. So we need a calculation press. And then we're going to need a Certus. And then if we put U in here with the calculation press and Certus, and we put U in there, and then we use uses on U, and we go like that, we've got another 16K. Then if we grab out those extra ME discs we just shucked, and just like that, 32K worth of storage in our system, which might actually be enough to empty the chest monster into our wireless storage. How are we doing on... Oh, we are about out of fuel again. Not really. We've got 2.71 buckets over there of 4K a tick. So it's okay. It looks more desperate than the situation really is. Okay. So then we can put these away. And if I grab this out, I should, in theory, be able to just come in here. Oh no, out of range? What do you mean out of range? What do you mean out of range? So you mean to tell me that 2 floors down is more than 24 blocks away? Well, shoot. Applied. Sorry, Mama Cass was leaving. And yeah. She came to tell me she was out. All right, let's see. What was I doing? I was looking at, so do we have an infinite range booster applied? Dimension? No. What are they called? What is it called? Guide, wireless booster. Wireless setup kit. Well, where's my infinite range card? Is that talked about in the quest book? Let's go look there. Infinite wireless access. Quantum bridge card. Oh my god, so this is the one where I've got to tie it into... to link, you'll need to create a pair of quantum entangled singularities and a network bridge. Okay, so we could get there, but yeah, can I make a couple more of those range cards? Wireless, what is it called? These. All right, will that get me downstairs to my drawers? Okay, all right. So, there's a lot of this stuff we probably need to pull out and put in drawers, but let's just see how it goes. Can we get it all? Can we get it all in there? For now, for starters. I mean, like that string and stuff definitely can go into a drawer. Take up way less space, but it'll be easier to see all of it once we've got it in here. So let's go to sort by number of items, descending. There we go. Okay. Then we have to start looking at, you know, eliminating integrated dynamics for all of our, you know, automation and moving it over to AE2. I wonder if we've got infinite discs in here too, because if so, we could, you know, do our cobble in a disc and stuff. Oh, look at that. We're getting quest unlocks by doing this. Isn't that lovely? It's probably a good reason to do it by hand. I'm sure some of you are screaming that I could do this with a interface and an import bus or something, or if I patted my belly and rubbed my head, it would do it itself. You know. Sometimes I like doing things the hard way just to be difficult. How am I looking? How are we looking on time? We're looking good. We are gonna complete everything except for the particle accelerator, which is kind of a good week, I think, because particle accelerator was a lofty goal, right? That is a big project to take on. I'm going to need to make some space for it, so I will have to look at building like a platform to expand our island and give us enough room, because it's as with everything Ortec, it is real world. In your world, it takes up like actual block space to get it all going. So we're going to need the room to set it all up, and that's not something we have right now. So, ME chemical cell housing. Interesting. I think I made that on accident. How are we doing on space? I guess we should go check. Or do you just keep stuffing until it tells you no more? Let's go check. It's blue. So we are almost full on 116K. How many more sections of chest do I have? Yeah, we're gonna have a problem. Houston, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have to drawerify some things. It's fine. We'll we'll probably get it done in between episodes off camera now that you guys have seen this get done. You know, I don't mind doing a little bit of off-camera work, but the whole idea of this Oceanblock playthrough with you guys is to do as much of it, if not all of it, on live stream, just to minimize the amount of time that I'm trying to get things done. You know, I mean, that's live streams, right? It's like, you know, you expect to have to watch me do some mundane things, but we also do some cool things. So we can definitely start eliminating some of these drawers, or these chests, though. All right, how we doing on space? And then what else we got? So, like, we've got, why do we have 2,560 cobble in here when we've got a drawer that's got like 16K? That's something that, like, we can just void that off. Rotten flesh probably does need to be put in a drawer. So these are things we're going to need to start looking at, is that kind of stuff to free up space. I just put my backpack or my golden carrots in the storage. Let's see. Put my backpack in. Am I out of golden carrots? No, because they should be right there. That lava canister up. All right, let's see. This is pretty big progress, though. I mean, like, we're getting somewhere finally. Yeah, so let's do this. That one, that one, that one. Those are all empty now. Oh, I just put it in the wrong place. I just put him back into... All right, let's take a look. I wish it told me how I was doing on storage space from this screen, but I guess that's okay. We could also, like, eliminate these cables. Start putting some drawers in here, I think. So, like, right now, that one's getting stuff put in it. All right. Let's go look at our status. We're a little over halfway full on the second one. So I'm going to keep stuffing items in, you know, because that's going to be kind of like once it's full, I guess we'll see how much we have left. And then we're going to start looking at drawing up some of these things. Oh, don't put things back in the storage you just took them out of, Wooly. That is not smart. Yeah, a lot of these essences from our farm are going to need a drawer or some kind of way to be processed directly, really. So, one or the other. All right, that is empty. Alrighty. How are we doing? Oh, it's probably about time that we start looking at... Oh, we got a few more minutes. We need to start looking at what we're going to do next week and get the clipboard updated. I think some of the... There's going to be some off-camera tasks for me for this week, too, like to, you know, just finish up this process, get things in drawers that need drawers, you know, stuff like that, because this is kind of boring to watch, but it is a necessary evil for what we're doing, so... Cool. Ooh, all that redstone actually, I think, can just go in that drawer. Yes. So this must be remnants of before I upgraded the storage capacity on the redstone drawer. Very nice. Skystone. Probably ought to get... Let's get some drawers. Do we have any in here? Drawer. Nope, they must all be in here. Drawer. Yep. Okay. So we can put that up, and then if we do that, as I take this skystone, and it's going to need an upgrade. Look, we got some diamond ones. That's fine. Must have got those from Quest Reward. Put that in there, and then now, all its skystone can go in that drawer. And then we just need to lock it and link it. Lock, link. Put those away. Then any item can just sit right there. There we go. Nice. Bunch more redstone. So that's stuff that's not going into the disk. Gotta be getting close to that disk being full, but we're gonna keep stuff until it stops me. Keeping an eye on that first chest. That's where all the stuff that's coming in from anything we have automated that generates an item, that stuff is coming into this chest. I think it's mainly just, not even anything that generates an item, anything that's on an input bus or whatever you want to call it, all of that stuff is coming into that chest. So, you know, there's a couple ways we could probably fix that and get it into the new one pretty quickly. Which the new one still can't see the drawer walls yet, so we're going to need to get that going. We're going to need a storage interface or whatever they're called, storage bus, I think. So we're going to need to get one of those going. Just keep getting that redstone out, though. Yeah, the stuff from the farms we're going to need drawers for, but like I said, we'll see that pretty visually and easily right here. Like, let's just clear what we're searching for. So yeah, some of these things that are like, you know, over 1,000 items and the, you know, anything that's in essence is coming in from a farm, those things we're going to want to get into drawers, and that should get us down on our usage pretty, you know, severely. Like, it should drop it noticeably. We're going to need to get some auto crafting going too on AE2, which should be fun. Did we make it? Oh, yes. Look at that. We got it all in. So everything is now in AE2 with the exception of the stuff that's coming in from the farm, and we don't have access to our storage controller, our drawer controller yet. But that is something we can probably get done before we run out of time on the stream. So, yeah, time to make the switcheroo here. So if we'll put this in, then let's go to our player, and let's take our terminal thing off. We'll throw it in our backpack just in case we need it for the time being. And then we need to go change a keybind. So options, controls, keybinds, crafting, grid. Let's see. Open the open wireless crafting grid. Refine storage. No, open wireless crafting. We want terminal. That's what it's terminal. Open wireless terminal applied energistics. We're going to set that to Control E, and then we're going to go to integrated dynamics, and we're going to take Control E and clear it for the portable storage terminal. And now Control E gets us. Awesome. All right. Sweet. So that stuff's coming in. Actually, if we let this run a little bit, we could quite literally just take all the stuff that's in here, put it in a drawer, and that'll be good. So what we need then is we're going to need, what is it, a storage bus? Yeah, there we go. ME storage bus. So, sure. Ah, crap. Crap. All of our iron and stuff is over here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Dang it. All right, let's take some iron. Let's take some redstone. Just put it in there. And then let's see what else we're going to need. Formation cores. Annihilation cores. So we need nether quartz, which should be right there. Uh-oh. We're full. Or we're out of power. Shoot. Can I take out that and put that in? Yes. Okay, cool. Storage. Bus. And then our annihilation core. There we go. ME interface. And we need to make a couple of pistons. Storage bus. Yes. Okay. Now, over here. Shoot. Well, I mean, this is kind of easy to move. So... Oh, got stuff coming into the bottom of it. Programmer doesn't really need to sit right there. Okay, because it doesn't have to connect to anything. Put the sign away. And then if we... How much flux cable do I have? I might just make it ugly for now. Fluix. What about cable? Do I have any in the backpack? Nope. Fluix, not purple, plain. There we go. We need more of the quartz fiber. Or what is that stuff called? Fiber. Yeah, it is quartz. Fluix. All right, we're running low on some stuff. Am I oh, there it is. I couldn't see that recipe. Sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees, you know? There we go. And we want you to be insertion highest priority first, extraction lowest priority first. So yeah, we want you like priority 10 because we want anything that can go in the drawer controller to go in the drawer controller. Now, when we start looking at what we need to drawer up, we're going to have to disconnect that so that we can see, but we can actually like flick it on and off with a redstone switch or with a lever to make it, you know, redstone controlled. Which would work too. So, but now everything is connected with our AE2. So yeah, we want to start, like, one of the things we knew for sure that we wanted to get out and into a drawer was rotten flesh, right? So we had a bunch of that. So rotten flesh, 2190. Cool. We need a drawer to put it in. And then if we grab the rest of the rotten flesh, now that won't all quite go in there, but if we make a copper upgrade, should be more than enough to hold all the rotten flesh. Grab out our locking and linking tools. So lock it, link it. Now, rotten flesh out of our stuff. So let's grab out some drawers, and then we can start with everything that we're getting from our farm. Actually, we should leave that torch there. How do I not have an axe? That's what I want to know. I feel like I've asked that question on stream before. Let's lock all these. And link all of them, because now we're going to start running into the issue of the stuff that we just pulled out and added to a drawer is going to be being generated. So we're going to need to go click the drawer controller to make sure that we're not making duplicate drawers for stuff. So now everything in our hand should still need a drawer. We should be able to do kind of a neat trick too after the fact with an export bus, and we can put anything that is we can tell it to export out of the system into the storage controller, and we can just disconnect it. We'll remove the storage bus for the time being and tell it to export, and then it should pull everything that we've now added to a drawer out and put it into the drawer controller. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna need way more than that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So let's get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So we need 4 more drawers for everything from the farm. So we need spruce, planks. Should be enough. And then drawer. Spruce drawer. All right, that should get us everything we pulled out of the other one. For now, and then as we add more, we will need to add more drawers. And then we should be able to just link like that. Those are all linked. And then we'll have to monitor that chest. We'll probably leave it still connected for a little bit to make sure we got everything. But it's looking like we got everything. One thing we could do for our cobblestone problem is we could upgrade this drawer to a diamond upgrade. And that'll make it hold more cobble. And then we could also put a void upgrade. Well, I don't know if we want a void upgrade in there, because then this thing will just constantly run. I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22, that one it is. But that got us everything into our AE2, and we should have both of these backed off from the brink of destruction. Not by much, but we're getting there. So we can start drawing up the other stuff in between episodes. Let's take a look at that clipboard. And let's start looking at what we want to do next week. Okay. So convert to AE2. All right, we did everything except the collider. So definitely want to keep the collider on there for next week, because that is a big part of progressing to some of the next things in the pack. So let's clear this out and let's get us some stuff to do next week. Because if I don't do this with you guys now, we spend the first hour of the stream trying to figure out what it was I was working on and where we need to go. And as you guys know, I get distracted already without that extra chance. So collider is going to be part of those next steps. Oh, I'd never held a blank upgrade. Oops. Cool. Oratech. What else did we... All right, yep. We made our Enderic lens. The fuel generator, optional. All right, so processing units. That's going to be something we need to get into. which is actually already pinned over here. We did our amethyst seed. We did adamant. All right, the big solar panel. We were looking at that for power gen, which means we need to get into these processing units, which means we need to get into fluxite, which is potentially made by fragmenting platinum. I guess that's I don't know if it's a guaranteed drop or what, but we'll see. So where is the fragmenter in the quest line? Let's see. Atomic forge. Placer, automating crops. The fragment forge. Okay, so we're a little bit a ways from that. Here's fluxite. So, oh, if we blow up amethyst clusters, or if we particle collide, electrum dust, and something else. All right, so particle accelerator coming. Looks like. Yeah, power of the end. Enderic lasers, blah, blah, blah. So we want to make an enderic laser next. So let's add that. Looks like that's going to need to be before the collider. Atomic forge. Go ahead and add that. And then let's put that big solar panel on the list. And then what were the pieces here? Fluxite. Yeah, we need to get into that because we need to be able to make flux gates for our big solar panel. All right, so fluxites and flux gates. Fluxite, flux gate. All right. That gets us to the big solar panel. Can generate variable amounts of energy depending on the tier of machine core used to build it. Yeah, that means that we can use the extended or advanced or whatever it was we unlocked a minute ago over here. Tier 4 machine cores. So those can be used to make better machines. So we'll be able to have it make more power. Large energy storage. The fragment forge is right there. Is that on the list? Let's add it. Okay. It's going to be a heavy Oratech week next week, it looks like, which Oratech is big and requires space. I may go clear that other castle and set us up some kind of way to get back and forth between here and there. We've got a few different kind of transport options for something like that. We could either do like teleporters from Mechanism, or I think we have like, do we have waystones in here? Because if so, we have the teleport pad. We don't. We have Mechanism teleporter frames. Yeah, so Mechanism teleporter. The teleport staff from Actually Editions. How does that work? I don't know. We might look into that too. But there's definitely a couple ways we can make to get back and forth between here and there. Oh, we could just make the portal gun, actually. All right, yep. That'll make a whole page. Portal gun. Cool. All right. Yeah. I think that gets us a to-do list for next week. And I will probably work off camera on storage and stuff. I'm going to work on storage. I'm going to work on figuring out what of this integrated dynamics mess we need to keep and what we can eliminate. I mean, there's no point, in my opinion, in us redoing the resource gen here if are we out of hammers? Yeah, we're out of hammers. Okay, I'll get some more in there. There's no point in us redoing the resource gen setup if we don't have to, because it's all working. So I might just leave resource generation tied in, and a little bit of item management for this area, and then we'll probably just try and tidy up. So anything major that I get done off camera Wooly, I will kind of go over at the beginning of the stream next week. But yeah, it's fun. It's different. It does take me a few minutes to get caught up each week with like, where was I? What was I doing? Those kinds of things. But it's different from the prison escape one we're doing. We've still got to go revisit Exosphere because I do want to beat that dragon. I have never been beat so bad by a mob in a video game in my life. So, well, actually, there was one of the Bowsers that was really hard in the OG Mario, and he whooped me for a while. So, you know, I'm not going to lie like that. I've definitely felt the kind of just steady beatdown that dragon was giving me, and I do want to beat that dragon. So we will get back into Exosphere to wrap that pack up. All the servers and all the packs I'm playing have servers that I'm running that Yeti graciously provides us hosting for, and believe it or not, that host runs, I mean, we're running like 5 different modded servers and a vanilla server, and it keeps up amazingly for the amount of people we have playing. So don't let that stuff sit there and go to waste. Hop on over in my Discord, ask to get whitelisted, come play with us. The more people we have playing on there, the more likely we are to have folks in your time zone that are online and playing, because you know, these packs are a lot of fun. That's why I like to have at least a couple going at a time, and I know that I go through them faster than some people, and some people go through them faster than me, but you know, there's plenty to play and hang out with the community, the folks you see in chat and everything else. Up, 5 mile run complete. Way to go, Yeti. You're a hoss. Doing all that on that messed up leg too, right? So, you know, knee, whatever it is, knee, right? Knee. I think it's knee. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out. Thank you, Yetis, for everything y'all do. I don't know what I did to deserve your kindness and friendship, but thank you. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week or Monday in what's going to be another episode of Prison Escape. I'm having too much fun with that pack to go back and revisit that mean evil dragon right now. So if I can get some pre-recording done today and tomorrow, I might try to get some time in on Exosphere to get my body back for starters, and then go from there on whatever's next. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see y'all next time. Bye. Oh my God, where's the stop button? There's 2 of these things. Help, Mom.